Welcome to the Bottle Poppin' Podcast, where Meg and Heather share their love for oils, friendship, and entrepreneurship. Let's get it poppin'.
Hey everyone, this is Meg.
Hi there, this is Heather.
And we are the Bottle Poppin' Podcast. So Heather, what are we popping open today?
We are popping open one that when I opened the bottle to smell it, I literally said, wow, to myself. I love the smell of this one. It is Black Spruce. It smells very refreshing. Pine needle smell is all I can kind of describe it as. It's so crisp. And I opened the bottle and just had this fresh scent that wowed me.
Yeah, I remember even the very first time we got to smell it at convention, that was the thought like, oh, this is good. This is really good.
Yes. Yeah. So this one can only be used topically and aromatically. This one is not for internal use, but it has a lot of great properties that are for topical and aromatic use that I feel like there's plenty of benefits that's not even a loss there.
No, definitely not. So what is the primary way that you use this or think of using it?
Definitely aromatically. I feel like I will just smell it out of the bottle. I will put it on my wrist just to kind of be able to smell closely. But in the diffuser, it is just really nice. I like combining it with different citrus oils. I love the whole pine and citrus together.
Yeah, same. That would definitely be the primary way I use it. I also use this. It's really good for stress, and especially stress when it's dealing with like adrenals. So like your body is not managing stress well. And so I have used that for myself, but also earlier this year, my husband was going through some big stuff and we used a lot of this. It was in, I don't remember which of the Symphony of the Cell protocols, but this was in there, and it was just a whole bunch of really good oils to help you just your system like release stress so they can function properly again. So I love this oil.
Well, and not just from the adrenals, but the emotional properties. Do you want to read what is in the Essential Emotions app?
Yeah, I won't read the whole thing, but just basically this is the oil of stability. So just thinking about that when things are getting really hard and really heavy, having some stability. It's grounding, obviously, as well. Most trees are, so it almost makes you feel like you've got roots down. But here's the part that I stood out to me. It says, Black Spruce is an ally for dealing with fear, especially subconscious generational fears. And so interesting too, like thinking of generations and family trees and like that type of thing. But having those deep roots really can help in times like that.
Yeah, and in my notes, when this was released in convention a couple of years ago, I think it was 2019, some of the emotional benefits that I specifically wrote down was that it removes emotional blocks and encourages forward movement. So along that same lines of what you were just talking about. And I think being able to either apply it topically and especially thinking about holidays. Okay, so this, because it's pine needle, feels like a holiday scented oil, even though honestly, I love it right this second. And we're in August right now. But if you were to diffuse it around the holidays, if you felt like you were going to be in stressful situations with some of the family or something that comes with some of that trauma, applying it topically in the diffuser, I think you could get a lot of benefits out of that and hopefully help kind of everybody within the room be able to move forward past that.
Yeah. Well, the other unique thing about this one is this is an oil that breaks past the blood-brain barrier. And Heather just looked up why that is. You want to share?
Yes, it's specifically because of the small size of the molecules. So not all oils have the same size molecules. And because this one has the small size, it's able to pass that blood-brain barrier.
Yeah. And so the benefit of that is that it directly impacts mental health. So I've heard it said before that a lot of medications, even medications for mental health, can't break down. So it's almost like going around the brain, but things like this, it can go into the brain. Which that sounds kind of dangerous as I'm saying that. I guess that's another reason to use pure essential oils. But that is why it can have a pretty fast and immediate direct impact with mental health.
Now, emotional use, I think, is why a lot of people use this oil. However, it is very good for your skin. It says that it helps with dark spots. So you can, apply this topically to like a skin serum or something. It talks about promoting a healthy immune balance. It's uplifting, but yet calming, like Meg said. So I think this one has a lot of benefits outside of just the emotional properties too. But can I tell you my absolute favorite thing about this oil?
Please.
is its closed loop cycle of how they source this oil. So in the logging industry, there is a lot of products, byproducts that don't get used and just turn to waste. They have found a way to use absolutely all of the byproducts from this. They get the oil distilled, and then what's left after that turns back into the distillation process for the energy that is needed to run the actual distillation machines, the steam, all of that kind of stuff. So it is a completely closed loop system, which makes a much better, or zero, I guess, environmental impact. And I love products like that.
Yeah, I love that too. I hope we get even more and more that are able to do all of that.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything else on this oil?
No, get it. If you don't have it, it's so good. I'm just smelling it from the bottle right now, and it just makes me smile. I really, really like this one.
Yeah, me too. All right. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this episode. Definitely share it with somebody who you think it could help. And we'll have a brand new episode for you next week.
Thanks for tuning in. For more information, you can follow these bottle poppin' ladies at bottlepoppinpodcast.com. Tune in next week to learn about what bottle we're poppin'. Until next time, take care. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This podcast is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.